Hello Lantern fans, this is the Bean Lantern, and today we are going to do a review of the DC Multiverse Green Lantern John Stewart action figure. But before we get on with that, I feel I must apologise for my last review, as I'm sure many of you noticed. The Green Lantern power battery that I did the review of looked a little bit off colour. That is simply because of the lighting that I had during the review. It wasn't because that's the colour that they've done the lantern, it was just because my lighting is not that great, so it looked a bit off colour, so apologies for that. But now moving on, we have here the DC Multiverse John Stewart action figure, and apologies again, I'm going to have to keep focusing on the figure at different times in this review because I'm using my iPhone and it doesn't do autofocus for some reason. But we're going to go ahead and just take a look at some of the moulded detail. We're going to start with the head sculpt, and that is a really nice head sculpt there. Nice green eyes. Very, very nice. And moving down, we can see some nice lining going into the Green Lantern symbol. Nice white painted in the back there. And some nice lines going out either side, meeting in with the shoulders, which again have some really nice moulded detail going along. You can see nice moulded plating on the forearms. Down to the gauntlets, again a nice green and moulding there. The hands moulded, coloured in black, and with a nice moulded Green Lantern ring on his finger there, moulded and painted, very nice. And moving down to the other arm, again obviously no ring on this finger, but the fingers are moulded in a slightly different configuration. We'll get to that more in a bit. Moving on down, see sort of moulded plating again, covering the abs there, and further down, nice moulded detail on the legs, going all the way around, and then again for the boots, nice, again moulded plating all the way around. It's just a really nice overall, really nice moulded detail for this figure. And yeah, so here we are. And articulation wise, he has quite a bit of articulation. It says on the box it has 22 points of articulation. So yeah, pretty posable. So we're going to start with the head. As you've noticed, it's on a ball joint, so it can do the full 360. You can look up about that much. You can look down about that much. And now moving on to the shoulders. The shoulders, very interesting, are on this sort of rocker joint back here, so you can do like a flex, so you can like flex the shoulders back or flex them forward depending on what you need. I think they go up and down a bit as well, so that's cool. The shoulders themselves here are also on a very strong ratchet joint. I have to admit, when I first opened the figure and tried doing this, I was worried, because it was so stiff, I was worried that their shoulders were just going to like pop out, but it didn't, it was fine. Have a little bit of bicep rotation there, which is a little bit limited because of the size of the biceps, but you know, you can do a full 360 sort of, just there. You've got a double jointed elbow, which you can get some nice double jointed articulation there. The wrists are on an interesting joint. They're on like two sort of swivels, so you can rotate it at the wrist itself, you can move it up and down, and you can rotate the hand itself, so you can like have different positions for the hands, and it's the same with the hand on the other side. Now I did notice the gauntlet bits here aren't actually like stuck on. They're not like part of the, they're like a separate piece that have just been moulded on top of, so they have a little bit of a rock back and forth. I'm not sure exactly what practical use that would have, but you know, it's there. Onto the abs, the top of the chest is on a ball joint connecting to the main body, so that can rotate a little bit as well. You can sort of do an ab crunch, and it's on another ball joint down here, so it's on like a double ball joint, so you have a nice range of motion there. And if you noticed, obviously the moulded ab plating bit here, that's a separate piece that's sort of like covering it over. Just a nice little added bit of detail that completes the whole thing. And the legs, they can move. I don't know whether they're on a. Oh, they're on. Yeah, they're on like swivel there and a sort of ratchet to go in and out. They can go up that far. You don't get much articulation there because of the way that the moulded plastic here on the abs sort of blocks it off, but it doesn't matter. Can go back, sort of about that far. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it can go out about that far. That's about. You can't do the full splits, unfortunately, but that's fine. Double jointed knee as well, just like the arms, double jointed. So really nice range of motion there. The feet, just like the wrists, are on the same sort of like double swivel. So you can move it up, you can move it back, you can rotate the swivel bit there, and then rotate the foot back to get some nice ankle tiltage if you need to. I'm just going to move it back, and there we go. And it, as you noticed earlier, yeah, it has a toe joint as well, so you can totally just break his foot if you so wish. But yeah, so very, very nice posable John Stewart action figure. And he does come packaged with a few accessories and a nice card here, collector's card with some nice artwork of John Stewart there, with some nice green constructs on his back there. And on the back of the card there is a bio as well, so if you wanted to pause the video and read that, you are more than welcome to. But now moving on to his other accessories, we get these nice green construct bits. So we get this nice chest plate, which he comes packaged with. This comes on him in the box, so we're going to just pop that on real quick so you can see what that looks like going all the way around. It's looking really nice, and again the moulded detail is even got, I just noticed it's even got the Green Lantern symbols on each of the shoulder pads, so that's nice. It's a really nice detail. He does also come with this snazzy looking backpack type thing, sorry, which can go on to him. There's like a hole in his back and a post on the backpack, so you can sort of just squeeze it in there, and there we go. And his last accessory, which in my opinion is my favourite, is his best one, is this nice Gatling gun, which again the moulded detail done in this really nice green translucent plastic is very, very nice, and the moulded detail again is just beautiful. You can see all like the rivets and the lines, and it's just, you know, even the moulded hand grip bits for the handle, the trigger, whatever, you know, it's so nice. And the barrel there, unfortunately the barrel doesn't rotate. It would have been nice if they could sort of fix a way to just rotate it. It doesn't have to, like, not on a mechanism or anything. They could have just like shoved it into like a rotating thing, and you know, you can just rotate it by hand. But you know, it still looks cool just as it is. No real problems there. So, and he can hold this, but it's a little bit fiddly, so we're gonna have a go. If I can just focus, because of the way his hands are molded, you got to sort of open the hand a little bit, sort of force the handle into his hand like that. And because of the articulation point, you can sort of, on his wrists, you can sort of have him holding it at an angle, and then bring this other hand up to go over this handle here, and again with the articulation you can have him holding it at an angle, so it looks more like he's sort of naturally holding it. So there we go. He is holding his nice Gatling gun, which I think looks really, really cool with the rest of the chest plate and the backpack. It just really completes the figure, in my opinion. You wouldn't want to come across him in a battle, you know. But yeah, no, it's a really nice figure, in my opinion. And John Stewart is one of my favourite Green Lanterns, so obviously I was going to get him when I saw him. So yeah, I'm going to get all this off him because we're going to move on to some comparisons now with some other DC figures. Now, I only have 2 other Green Lantern figures, but we can... This one's a little bit tricky to get off. There we go. But we're going to have a go with it anyway, and I have a few other DC characters that we're going to use for comparison right now. So just get him standing up normally. So we're going to move on with the comparisons, and we'll see what we think. Okay, so the first comparison is the DC Icons Wonder Woman. I think this is a relatively old figure now, but straight away you can see that it's a lot shorter than the John Stewart. I think this new line, they've made them quite a bit taller than some of the others. But there you can see that comparison there. So there's that. And I'll show you this one. This is the Supergirl TV series. Supergirl. There we go. So I think that scale works quite a bit better with that one. So there's that. Now I do have one of my other Green Lantern figures. This is the DC Multiverse Jessica Cruz figure. Again, this scale I reckon works much better with these two. So you can see how they look together. So there's that. And last but by no means least, I have the DC Icons John Stewart. So you can see the differences between these two figures. If I can get him to stand up. So one problem I've had with my DC Icon figures is they have a lot of trouble actually like physically standing up. Oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, you can see how they look together, and it's interesting seeing these two side by side. You can see the differences in the outfit and the different paint schemes and differences there. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, just a really nice John Stewart action figure in my opinion. I hope this review has been helpful in help you decide whether you want to get this figure. Now I got this from a local comic book store that's near me. It was about £20 from there, but it is available on Amazon, and I'm sure you can find it elsewhere on eBay or any other site like that. For around about £20. It says here on Amazon, I got the link in front of me, it's about £18.90 for the UK. So yeah, if you want to buy it, I'll leave a purchase link in the description down below. So that's it for this review. So until we meet again, this is the Bean Lantern signing off.